What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Tightlines Podcast, your favorite fishing podcast. My name is Tyler Plackey, and I will be your host of this podcast, literally every week. So get used to hearing me. This week, I wanted to change up a little bit from what I normally talk about. I don't normally talk about things that I buy, and stuff that I haven't tested out yet, but I kind of wanted to switch it up because I got a really cool purchase about 2 weeks ago, and I've really been kind of doing my research, and I want to talk about some things that I bought. So we're going to talk about some brand new reels, or at least brand new to me reels that I've bought, and also some cool jigs I want to put you guys onto that I got in the mail the other day. I've started to fish with them, and I'm really liking them. So yeah, we're gonna discuss mostly these reels because there's a really cool story behind them and some cool information on them. They are new to me reels, but they are not new. So you'll get to hear about that and figure out what's going on there. So that's coming at you right now on the Tightlines podcast. So why did I buy these reels? That is going to be the $1 billion question here. And really not $1 billion because I only spent 100. But as you guys know, I'm a multi-species guy. I like to fish for multiple different types of fish. And so it kind of, the part that sucks about that is having to have all the gear for the different species. And I have a lot of bass gear, and I've had a little bit of heavier duty gear for like carp and catfish and stuff like that for heavier, any other heavy duty pike, muskie kind of stuff. I don't have a ton of gear for that, but I'm working on it. Um, and in Indiana, you're allowed to have 3 total lines in the water. That is the law in Indiana. So I figured if I'm going to be catfishing, I might as well have 3 lines in the water. No reason to have 1 or 2. Increase your chances with 3. So I currently have, and you guys heard me talk about it, I believe last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago, when I talked about my whole setup for the year. I've got the H2OX traditional round reel on the B&M Silver Cat rod, and I've got the KastKing Spartacus 2 spinning combo. Those are my 2 heavy-duty setups. And I wanted a third. And I knew I wanted to go bait casting again. I like the bait. I like the round reels. I like the way they look. I think they're cool. I think they're traditional and old-fashioned. So that's what I decided I was going to get. So I started perusing for what one would cost. And I looked at some of the off-brand stuff. I like my H2O one from Academy, but I was ready for something a little bit nicer, a little bit better. Something that I knew was going to last me for years to come. So I started looking into the Ambassador series. And everyone knows the Ambassador series from Abu Garcia. And if you don't, it's their line of traditional round bait casters. They've been around forever, and we're going to talk about that. I was on Facebook one day and found a silver Ambassador 5500 C3 for sale for $75. I messaged the guy, super nice guy, older gentleman, and we discussed the reels, and he said he had a couple others if I wanted to look at them, and I said sure, so we decided to meet the next day, and I brought cash with me. And I showed up, and he had like I said, it was a silver 5500 C3 he was selling for $75. And I don't know, I'm not huge into these reels. I don't know the exact market of them, but I knew $75 was a pretty good deal on this. It was in very good shape, is what it looked to be. And I knew that Abu Garcia Ambassadors were really nice because, brand new, they're like $180. So I knew 75 on a used one, especially in good condition, was a good deal. So pull up, meet the guy, we start talking. He's actually got 4 reels with him. And he said that I can do 3 of them for 100 or all 4 for 125. And I didn't have 125 on me. I had 520s with me. So I was like, I'm just going to do 3. So I picked through and I grabbed the silver one. I also grabbed a black one and a red one. So I got 3 reels for $100, you guys, okay? So we're going to go in order from newest to oldest. We're going to talk about what I got, some of the specs on them that I was able to figure out, and what my plan is with them. So we're going to start off with the silver one, the one that I went there to get. This is a Abu Garcia Ambassador 5500 C3 is the model. It was manufactured by my best estimate and my research from the foot number underneath it in 1999, and it was in fact made in Sweden. This was before they moved their factories to, I think, Malaysia. But it's a three screw traditional round bait casting reel. And guys, it is almost perfect. The only thing I'm missing on here is the clicker. There's no clicker. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. But this thing, guys, is almost freaking perfect. It's amazing. I'm super pumped about this reel. There's hardly a ding, hardly a scratch. The only wear mark I can see is on the little plastic thumb piece on top where it says Ambassador. Part of the lettering is rubbing off. I mean, the sides are perfect, guys. So like I said, I spent $75 on this reel, and through my research, I've realized I could resell it for about $150. Just so you know, I'm not doing that. I'm keeping the reel. I want to fish it. It's a 5.3 to 1 right-handed reel. It does not have the power handle, so that's something I'm going to invest in. Is one of the bigger power handles And I bought it to pair with hopefully a new catfish rod I'm going to be getting in the future. Looking at probably the Tangling with Catfish line of rods for the brand of rods. There's a guy that I fished with. I went on a charter with in March, and that's what he fished, and they were really good rods. And I'm planning on putting 40-pound braid on here because 40-pound braid on here should hold about 180 to 200 yards of line, which should be plenty for me. Obviously, we're not casting it that far. I'm not, going to be catching huge fish. So 40-pound ought to be plenty, and that's what I want to do. But I was super pumped about this, guys. This thing is like literally almost brand new. There's, like I said, like one little scratch in one side, and it's hardly noticeable. And other than that, I mean, this thing is perfect. So, and just so you know, if you want to see a picture of these reels, I am going to be posting a picture of them coming up live on my Instagram. So you guys can go ahead on there and check that out as well, see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, so this reel I was super pumped about. The next one I got was a black Abu Garcia Ambassador a 5000C. And this one, when I did my research and based on the foot number, this one was less specific. When I did my research from when it was made, it kind of just said late 60s, early 70s. So a much older reel, really cool reel from Abu Garcia. It has all its original parts. Oh, and let's go back to the silver one. I want you guys to hear how this sounds into the mic. You ready? And sorry, that ticking sound is line, okay? So if I can keep the line down, I mean, it's perfect, you guys. It is so buttery smooth. I wish you could feel it. That little bit of line on there ticking's not helping a ton, but it's so buttery smooth. So that was the silver one. The black one, almost perfect. I mean, this thing is cleaner than the silver one that was made in 99. I mean, there's not a mark, not a scratch, not a dent. It is almost perfect. And it has all the work, everything works on it. Beautifully clean, barely touched reel. And I bought this as part of, I'm kind of dubbing it as 2 for $25 because I bought the first one for $75. Then the next two I bought for an additional $25. So $12.50 I bought this reel for. And it's a made in Sweden Ambassador 5000C from Abu Garcia. And guys, this thing is awesome. It's such a cool vintage reel. It's got the old retro handles, almost like ivory. And you guys have to hear how this thing sounds. You ready for this? Okay, that's me winding it. The buttons. I mean, everything, you guys, is just so pristine on here. Everything works the way it should. And after my research, I have this thing for sale. So if you want to buy it, message me. But it is on sale on Facebook Marketplace and hopefully soon eBay for $225. That is the suggested price that I could find online based on the condition and the age of it. It is really, really cool and a ton of money out of this thing, guys. This thing is beautiful. I hope you guys check out the pictures of these. Finally comes the red one. This one I think is the coolest one. This one was one that I saw, and it's a little beat up. It's not bad. It's just got just some marks around the edge from wear and tear and use, but no dent, no big scratches, just some little scuffs in the paint. This one is an Abu Garcia Ambassador number 5000. Not a 5000C, not a C3 or any other, just a 5000. And based on the foot number, you guys, in my research, this was manufactured in September of 1961. So think about that. This fishing reel, you guys, is 64 years old. And here's how it sounds. You ready for this? You guys are not ready for this. 64 years old. I mean, guys, that is crisp and really all it needs is a little bit of a greasing and a little bit of an oil. Take it apart and clean it. And guys, this thing is beautiful. I also bought this part of that 2 for $25 kind of thing. And I am pumped. And this one, again, made in Sweden. And this is the most valuable. This one is currently listed, based on my research, in a fair condition at, you're not going to believe this, 450 American dollars. I'm pumped, you guys. These reels are sick. I wasn't going to sell them if they weren't really worth much. For me, I'm not going to use them, and to have that kind of money sitting around, I think they should go to someone who's really going to enjoy them. If I can sell one, I might hang on to the other one, depending on how it goes. But we'll have to see. So those are the 3 reels I've got. The 2 are listed on Facebook Marketplace. Go ahead and look for them. Just search Abu Garcia Ambassador in We're going to call it the Indianapolis area, and you will see my face on it. And then if you want it, or you can message me on Instagram, DM me on there. It's Tyler Plackey Fishing, and we will set up a time to meet. So those are the really, really cool reels that I got. So now we're going to move on to some stuff from Jig Masters. If you guys haven't heard of them, they're a small American jig company out of Ohio, and they sell some really cool stuff that I recently bought from them. So I'm going to pull out my bag of fun here, pull them all out. And I bought these guys on a deal, and we're going to talk about the deal that I got on them too. So I bought a total of 8 items from them and spent just over $40.